In this section, I will explain how the term gender is misused and misunderstood by Wokesters who want to impose their ideology on nature and science. Gender is not the same as sex, which refers to the biological differences between males and females. Gender is a social and cultural construct that defines the roles, behaviors, and expectations of men and women in society. Gender is not fixed or innate, but rather can change over time and across cultures. However, Wokesters do not respect this distinction between sex and gender. They claim that gender is a personal identity that can be chosen or changed at will, regardless of one's biological sex. They also claim that there are more than two genders, and that anyone who does not accept their fluid and subjective definitions of gender is a bigot or a transphobe. They want to erase the natural and scientific differences between men and women, and force everyone to conform to their radical agenda. This is not only absurd, but also dangerous. By denying the reality of sex and gender, Wokesters are undermining the foundations of human society and biology. They are creating confusion and chaos in the minds of children and adults alike, who are pressured to question their own identity and sexuality. They are also violating the rights and freedoms of those who do not share their views, by imposing their ideology on education, media, law, medicine, sports, and other domains. Wokesters are trying to forbid us from classifying birds by gender, because they think that gender is a social construct that can be changed or ignored. But this is nonsense. Birds have clear biological differences between males and females, such as size, color, plumage, song, mating behavior, and parental roles. These differences are not arbitrary or oppressive, but rather reflect the diversity and beauty of nature. Classifying birds by gender is not a form of discrimination or violence, but rather a way of understanding and appreciating their natural characteristics and functions. Therefore, we should reject the Wokesters' attempts to redefine and distort the meaning of gender. We should respect the scientific and natural distinctions between sex and gender, and between males and females. We should celebrate the differences between men and women, and between birds of different genders. We should not let Wokesters impose their ideology on us or on nature. We should stand up for truth and common sense against their lies and nonsense. In this section, we will explore how the biological differences between male and female birds are essential for their survival, reproduction, and evolution. We will see how these differences are shaped by natural and sexual selection, and how they affect the behavior and ecology of birds. One of the most obvious biological differences between male and female birds is their coloration. Many bird species are dimorphic, meaning that they show visible differences in plumage between the sexes. In most cases, male birds are more colorful or ornamented than female birds, as a way to attract mates or intimidate rivals. For example, male northern cardinals have brilliant red feathers, while females are reddish tan. Male painted buntings have a rainbow of colors, while females are monochrome greenish. Male ducks have outrageous plumages, while females are camouflaged. These color differences result largely from female preference for bright colors in males, as Charles Darwin proposed. Females tend to choose males with more conspicuous or elaborate ornaments, because they indicate good health, vitality, and genetic quality. For instance, house finches have orange or red crowns that depend on carotenoid pigments from their diet. Females prefer brighter males, because they are better at providing food and care for their chicks. However, color differences are not always due to sexual selection. Sometimes, they are influenced by natural selection, which favors traits that increase survival. For example, females of species that nest in exposed places tend to have dull colors, to blend into the surroundings and avoid predators. Both sexes of species that nest in tree hollows may be brightly colored, because they are less visible to predators. Color can also help birds recognize members of their own species, or warn potential predators that they are not good to eat. Another biological difference between male and female birds is their size. In many bird species, females are larger than males, which is unusual among animals. This is because females need more body mass to produce eggs and incubate them. Larger females can also lay larger eggs, which may hatch into healthier chicks. Size differences are more pronounced in species where females compete for resources or mates, such as raptors or shorebirds. In some bird species, however, males are larger than females. This is usually the case in species where males fight for access to females or territories, such as grouse or pheasants. Larger males can dominate smaller rivals and secure more mating opportunities. Size differences may also affect other aspects of bird biology, such as metabolism, migration, and lifespan. A third biological difference between male and female birds is their sex chromosomes. Unlike humans, where females have two X chromosomes and males have one X and one Y chromosome, birds have a different system. Male birds have two Z chromosomes and females have one Z and one W chromosome. This means that males are the homogametic sex, they produce only one type of gamete, and females are the heterogametic sex, they produce two types of gametes. This has important implications for the inheritance of sex-linked traits, such as color vision or hemophilia. In humans, these traits are more common in males than females, because males only need one copy of the recessive allele to express them. In birds, however, these traits are more common in females than males, because females only need one copy of the recessive allele to express them. The sex chromosomes also affect how birds develop their sex organs and hormones. In humans, the presence or absence of the Y chromosome determines whether an embryo develops testes or ovaries. In birds, however, both sexes have a pair of gonads that can develop into either testes or ovaries depending on hormonal signals from other genes. This means that some birds can change their sex under certain conditions, such as stress or disease. These are some of the main biological differences between male and female birds, but there are many more subtle and complex ones that affect their physiology, behavior, and ecology. These differences are essential for their survival, reproduction, and evolution, as they allow them to adapt to different environments and challenges. They also make birds a fascinating group of animals to study and appreciate.